Yeah, so I'm Sofia. I'm really glad to be here, honored to be the first guest. I know Giuseppe for a couple of years, his music, his work. Um, and yeah, what do? I'm, I do multiple things. In the last 10 years, I've developed several projects, worked in totally different areas. My main interest was always architecture, photography, cinema, art. So there's really a lot of subjects, and I think it brings to the table the question of how heritage is being treated at the moment, and the archival of this heritage. Let's say all these theses, right?
Yeah.
I tried to also put them on the website. I said, okay, let's create an archive that everyone that comes and talks donates their thesis to the website, and then we start creating an archive. But then some people didn't want to do that because they didn't want to put the total thesis because the university wouldn't agree, or it would be part of a certain...
The advisor will say...
Yeah.
So did you have access to them if you wanted to?
No.
They don't ask the students, they don't ask the students to leave a publication in the library? Because the tutors are not going to go back and reread it.
No.
And if you don't give access to the students, then like, who are you keeping it for?
And also paper.
Yeah.
Like, no, you have to digitize everything and put it in a platform of the university at least. But you have to have someone archiving it. You cannot ask a paper copy to a student and expect that that paper copy will be there in 20 years or 25. Probably, if you... you also have to give people kind of motivation to deliver something that is archivable, right? So if they don't even ask for a digital copy, I find that quite disturbing. Where is all this work going to? That's normally what the national libraries are for, right?
In Washington, the Smithsonian released last year 3.8 million high-res images for free reuse.
So it is starting.
Knowledge,
The difficulty of archiving, and it comes to another question, which is the question of power. This is all about power structures. And there's...
so it's like even to access, even when you can access things, there's still like a very high barrier.
Yes, the access bureaucracy.
Yeah.
That is also a system of, okay, not everyone can come here. Let's make it difficult.
You have to be
The language audio tour guides of different museums.
Everyone wants to come there and have access to that.
It's probably, as we were saying, a question of power. If in terms of politics, if that country, if that museum thinks that they will have buyers from Korea, or for example, art collectors, or then they want to.
Going back to like your thought about refugees can access the Dutch archive, but then in which language do you make the archive available for people to be able to explore it? It's also cultural sector is not international.
It's funny that you say technology does this, because of course technology also reflects what we choose.
So they wanted to have a marketing campaign to make people aware of the power and also the beauty of the archive, of the Dutch archive. How do we do this? So there is so much freedom in a way, but also a lot of responsibility.
A lot.
Because heritage is something that is constructed, right? So when you're making a work of art and you're thinking about how to document it and how to leave it for the future as heritage, what do you want?
I'm still thinking a little bit about this archiving and how important is it to preserve stuff. For me, and I'm wondering if you recognize this, it's also like you're working on a project and then the documentation is usually afterwards, and you have to edit.
From a lot of artists that I know, and I've been knowing for years, I always find that artists are not very interested in documenting their work or you know, they're more interested on the process and the work itself, but you know, how to save it, that's not really of their interest. So they always think they have this, you know, I don't want to call it naive, but they have this idea that someone else will do it at some point.
But maybe also, because I'm speaking for myself only, I also don't care so much.
Yeah.
If I'm playing, if you're there, you got it. If you're not there,